of Veri Soda. If you have any questions, please be sure to type them into the chat window. With that said, Dr. Leonard, please take it away.
Thank you, Danielle. I'm very excited to give our presentation today, so very welcome this afternoon. It's actually a short summary of what I'm going to tell you of what has happened to my business partner and myself over the last 7-8 years. So I'm thrilled to be able to tell you what we've done and what we've accomplished with our drinks, Veri. So this is shortly an agenda of what I'm going to talk about in the coming half an hour. It tells a little bit about us, how we think and our backgrounds, our journey. It goes specifically, of course, into the drinks, what the drinks are all about, why we've made them, and of course, where you can get them at the moment in the US. So this is me. My name is Leonard Freeke. I'm a Dutch national. I've been involved in the soft drinks industry for more than 10 years. And yes, as I state here on the sheet, that we think we have reinvented the way that soft drinks are made. And on the face of it, when we started off in 2006, it seemed impossible. But after 4 years, we finally won, and we had made some fantastic breakthroughs. Our wives, in the meantime, think we're positively obsessed, but we're driven by making healthier soft drinks for our children and loved ones. This is for us always been the drive. My business partner and I met after university when both our wives were pregnant, and we both have a career and a background in the food chain, and both found that a lot of the products that we're experiencing today are of a lesser quality than many years, even decades ago. A lot of things are changing for the worse, and this was getting us worried, specifically as fathers, about to be fathers, who care about the health of their children, and I think all parents basically do. So let me quickly introduce you Zeger, my business partner. Zeger has 4 children, and as she states here, we refuse to believe that we can't give carbonated soft drinks to our children, something that is not good for them. So we went and spent the time and money to make such a drink, and yeah, pretty recently in 2012 we managed to get the first range of organic and low-calorie soft drinks. It's been a long journey with many breakthroughs, and I would love to tell you a little bit more about it. So the main questions always come when you think about sodas. Do you still drink as many sodas as you did 10 years ago? Or have you switched to drinks with less sugar in the last 10 years? Does your household buy more organic foods than ever before? I think these are very obvious trends and very recognizable for everybody. What we see today are 2 main concerns in the soda market. Very renowned institutions like the Harvard School of Public Health already in a report which was published 2 years ago expressed a very strong public concern about high fructose corn syrup and sugary drinks. They state that this is the contributor to obesity, type 2 diabetes, and other illnesses such as heart diseases. These illnesses have reached such epidemic proportions and are reversing the trend in our children's life expectancy. The final conclusion of the report is that the large US soda producers, notwithstanding the obvious health issues, have not come up with a natural and organic reduced sugar beverage as a mainstream solution. So what we believe that the food and beverage industry has left its natural origin. We believe that compromise on health and flavor has become the norm today in food and beverages. What we've tried to do is cut out a special niche, and we believe that Veri as a soda can be enjoyed and, as a treat without the guilt, something that you can give to your children. Veri Soda is a soda like soda should be. It's made of the very best ingredients without compromise. We were told it couldn't be done, but we didn't listen. So our journey, this is where it started in 2006. We both had never produced any soft drinks in our lives, but we have got a very strong food and beverage background. To my surprise, in 2004, I visited the first soda factory, and when I entered that soda factory, I came in with the belief that I would see fruit and all types of wonderful ingredients that come from nature. And to my big surprise, all the ingredients, without an exception, that went into those modern soft drinks were artificial. As a matter of fact, they were stored in buckets and in bags with skull and bones on. So, you know, this was a complete surprise to me, that a product which initially had always been an organic, natural product had become completely artificial. Today, if you speak to somebody who makes wine or somebody who makes beer, then of course the person making wine says, of course I make my wine from grapes. And somebody who makes beer from hop and barley. But if I tell somebody that we make soft drinks from fruit and from lemons, then people are utterly surprised. So it's all, and comes back to the history of food. And the history of food has made some radical changes over time. One of these marking points in time is 1935, around 1935. This is the time when the first pesticides and the first artificial fertilizers were introduced to the food chain. From a definition point of view, one can safely say that all food before 1935 was organic. So they were not sprayed with pesticides and there were no artificial ingredients. And actually since 1935 onwards, with DDT, a well-known pesticide with lots of negative health effects, from that point onwards, especially after the Second World War, a lot of our food chain and ingredients of our food have changed. And a lot of the ingredients and additives have very questionable health effects. So actually what we're doing, and this is what the organic food movement is all about, is that we're going back to basic values and to basic ingredients, natural ingredients in our food. So this, once we started with our food development and the formulation of our recipes, we came back to those very foundations for food development, and we believe that at the end of the day we shouldn't have an attitude that is compromising on the quality of our ingredients, and I think that says it all. So what did we do? In 2006, when we started talking about making better soft drinks, to our great surprise we were able to buy one of the oldest soft drink factories in Europe. A factory with a wonderful history dating back to 1888. And to our great surprise, in the archives of this factory, we found 100-year-old recipes, more than 100-year-old recipes. Surprisingly, not surprisingly actually, soft drinks, soda has been made out of lemon juice and fruit juices with carbonated water. So this is our starting point. When, of course, we went to all the renowned parties in the industry, parties that are well known for making flavors and aromas and the key ingredients for sodas. We found out that these parties today are not able any longer, because the systems and the suppliers are so changed to 100 years ago to produce organic soft drinks. So since we found out that these parties can no longer supply it, we decided to do it ourselves. And this was our journey of 3-4 years of product development, of making our products from natural origin, and what we later found out, organic. So the discussion today is very much about what is organic and what is natural. We started off as saying we only want natural ingredients in. However, the problem with natural is that the word natural is not protected by law, contrary to organic. So organic for us is products originating from nature without any chemical processes or artificial ingredients added to it. So that's been a very important definition matter for us, to say from the beginning that we want natural products which are basically organic. So modern carbonated soft drinks, in our opinion, suffer from two main problems. One is the artificial ingredients, and two is the enormous amounts of sugar which have ended up in these drinks. And we are very strong that we feel very strong about the solution that a product which is organic and low in calorie, or even better, low in glycemic load, will give the solution to these two problems of soft drinks, which are both health related. So I'll explain a little bit more. Herewith is a table which shows I think, to the extreme, how much of a non-compromising attitude we have taken in our drinks. All the ingredients that we have used are organic, and the beautiful advantage of using these products, and as we always say, it's like making good wine or good beer or any other good food produce. The moment you have a high quality products, you have wonderful taste. So that's something that is not directly given on this table, is that we believe that the tastes of our products are excellent because we use such wonderful lemons and oranges and herb extracts. But what is important about this table you see here is that we have on all the dimensions which are important for soft drinks and from a food and health perspective, taking no compromise. So we are organic, we are low in calorie, we are low in glycemic load, which is important to realize and to understand a little bit more. Low glycemic load means so much that drinking our drink that doesn't cause spikes in your blood sugar level. So that basically means it is suitable for people with diabetes, but it also is important to realize that all these blood spikes in your blood sugar level actually cause diabetes. So the correlation with being on a low glycemic load diet is safer for people who are apt to or have can easily get diabetes. So other dimensions which are important as low sodium. We have no GMO ingredients. None of our ingredients are irradiated. We don't have any caffeine. Caffeine mostly is synthetic, but we've decided not to use it in our cola. We have no BVOs. BVOs has been under a lot of attack over the last few years. We don't deem it necessary. It has a very bad health effect. We have found natural solutions for the product stable, and we don't need any chemical solutions. So no toxic chemicals, no preservatives, no artificial colorings, no artificial flavors. Especially these last category of ingredients like artificial colors and flavors. There have been a lot of debate about possible correlations, correlation for hyperactivity and allergies amongst children. Recently, we've been Fine Gold certified, which happened within a day, proving as much as that we are very, very careful for all these side effects, especially for children. So then if you look at the other two, tick the boxes for the mainstream soda and the diet soda in comparison to Veri Soda. Of course, mainstream sodas are full of sugar, so don't have any artificial sweeteners, and the other way around. Diet sodas do not have high fructose corn syrup. Another additional dimension is that our company and all our drinks are produced in a climate neutral way. We believe that if you're organic and you find the health of people important, that goes hand in hand with the health of the earth and the planet. So let's go into more detail what that means, because if you say we are organic, it automatically means this whole list of ingredients which today are pretty much standard in every main soda, whether it's a diet or a normal soda. So apart from the sugar dimension, which I'll explain a little bit more in a minute, this is really the reason why we believe that organic is important. It basically excludes all the very, very serious ingredients and additives that have very questionable health effects. Some of them are on the list of carcinogenic items or ingredients. Some of them were on the list because they directly trigger hyperactivity or some type of allergies. So what that means is that all our products, the Veri Soda products, which you see under the 100%, are suitable for people who are on a vegan or vegetarian diet, people who are on a gluten-free diet, people who are on an allergen-free diet or a sodium-free diet. You do not add any salts of sodium to our drinks. So we are a low sodium drink. Again, we are suitable for a low glycemic diet, a dairy-free, egg-free, and GM-free diet, but also sesame and wheat-free and yeast-free. So basically, a very safe drink from the perspective of people with potential allergies. So now coming back to our drink, and these are the cans that you probably already have seen. This is how we sell the cans in the supermarket. Our name Veri means in Latin true, truth, genuine or real, and this derives from veritas, and basically which means truth. So it's all about real food with real ingredients, being transparent about what is in your food, and believing in genuine, real products that give great quality to one's drink, especially flavor. So Veri is truly different. I think we are very, very different than what is out there in the market. We are not what others think we are. It is different as the adjectives that describe us. We come in different flavors, and I think what is important is that you understand our spirit, and hopefully very soon you'll know us. So if you look at our cans, on every can, of course, we have our USDA organic certified logo. We are low calorie. Again, low glycemic load will be stressed more and explained more in the future, but also on our website. And of course, we're non-GMO. Very few people realize that if you have organic products, that it automatically means that you're non-GMO. Non-GMO for us is very, very important from a biodiversity and a natural origin point of view. So something we stress on our website, but I think the consumer is getting aware of it, and I think it's a very good thing that slowly but surely labeling is getting compulsory from a legal point of view. And lastly, but not finally, we are climate neutral. All our operations, we look at the impact on the earth, the water that we consume, and how in any potential way we can compensate it. We strongly believe that for our children, we want to keep the earth a good earth, and we would like to keep it, would like to give a better earth back to them. So it's an important thing for us. We are continuously busy with new flavors. They will come. There are many more flavors that we have in the pipeline. As we develop our own flavors, it's something that we're very proud of and are working on continuously. So looking at where we are at the moment, in the US we have more than 2,000 listings in several supermarkets. The supermarkets that were listed, some of them are mentioned here, like Whole Foods, Sprouts, Stop and Shop, Wegmans, Natural Grocery Store, and Woodman's, but there are many more. And very soon on our website we will have a store locator. You can visit our website and look where the stores are in the area near you. So hopefully this has been a pretty quick explanation of who we are and what we do and what we stand for. We believe that in the characteristics of our drink, we've had this continuous non-compromising attitude, which expresses itself in wonderful flavors and a wonderful drink that at the end of the day you can consume without guilt with your children and with your loved ones. So I want to thank you for having listened, and I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you did as well, and especially I hope you'll try our products and get to appreciate it, what we've done, and yeah, that you can see all the love and passion that we've put into it. Thank you very much.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Leonard. That was such a great presentation. We have a lot of great questions coming in. The first one being, a lot of moms are very excited to hear about the new flavors, and they're wondering how they can stay updated on it. Will you guys be announcing it via social media, or is there a newsletter they should sign up for?
Yes, all of the above, Daniela. So yes, we are very active on social media, and that's increasing almost every day. But on our website, very soon there will be a means to subscribe to a newsletter. But already you can ask to be put on that list if you send an email to the information page to info@verisoda.com, and you'll be put on the newsletter.
Okay, great. We have a lot of moms asking about the testing that you guys had to do to create your sodas, and how much testing did you guys actually have to go through to get the taste right for your formulas?
Well, that is the part where we can talk for days. You saw a brief picture of the factory that we bought. Well, that factory in the meantime has been built out to a large modern manufacturing plant. So we've been fortunate enough to test in a very professional bottling plant the different ways of how we could preserve our drinks, how we could stabilize our drinks, and especially how we could get a better taste, and a taste would stay over time. Because there's also a fluctuation in taste levels the older the drinks get. So I think this took us about 5 years until we got everything right. And the most important part, actually were two different tracks that we were on. The most important part was first getting the product stable and that we preserve the product without any problem. And secondly, the other parts are a long quest for finding ingredients basically all over the world that would match our quality expectations and our quality standards. So it's been a pretty long journey of 5 years. And it's not, I think we've got that period of 5 years. And I think at the moment we are very, very sure where we can get the best lemons, the best oranges, the best herb extracts like vanilla and cinnamon. And I think that gives us the advantage over other products, something that other brands and especially the mainstream manufacturers have forgotten long time ago. We've picked up, and this is really for us the part where we believe that we've reinvented soft drinks. So that's something we're very, very proud of.
Okay, great. Thanks for going into so much detail on that. We have a lot of mom ambassadors.
Does that answer?
Yes, yep, that definitely answers it. We have a lot of mom ambassadors, you know, wishing they could see Veri in their local stores. Can they request to their local stores for them to carry your product, or what would be the best way to go about that? All right, everyone, I think we lost him for a second. We'll get him to dial back in, and he'll be back in a minute. Dr. Leonard, can you hear us?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, now I can hear you. I think we just lost you for a second there.
Oh, okay. Where did you lose me?
You had just finished answering the question about the testing. We heard all of that.
Okay, so
if you just want to go, you can just go into your full screen mode again, and then we will continue the Q&A. So we had a lot of mom ambassadors that were very excited to hear about your product and wishing their local stores carried it. What would be the best way for them to go about trying to get it in their local stores? Can they request to the store managers, or do you have any recommendations for that?
oh yeah, most certainly. I think what we've been able to accomplish over the last 6 months is that we have national distribution by several of the largest organic distributors in the country. So without an exception, I think within your local retailer or grocery, you can ask for the products to be listed and ask them to ask their distributors, because I think there's a very high chance that they can get the product delivered by their distributors.
Okay, great. And if they can't, for some reason, find it in a store near them, we have a mom ambassador wondering if you can purchase it online, if you had any online vendors.
Yes, we are working on an online facility with an online store, but the idea is that especially along the coastal provinces, the coastal regions, that the product should be available. So we're getting more and more distribution. Today we're in 2,000 stores, but towards the end of the year that will go towards 3,000 and more. So yes, online is a possibility, but it's probably more likely that we'll be in a store near the consumer very soon.
Okay, great. No, and I know you had mentioned earlier that you were a climate neutral company, but we have a mom ambassador wondering if you could go more into detail on what that means and how your company helps the environment.
Yes, I think it's not so much as in helping the environment, it's more an attitude that we don't damage or negatively impact the environment. And that's, for us, is like the organic attitude, and it's very much cradle to cradle. So it starts with the actual product on the farms, and I think that's why I said from the beginning it goes hand in hand with organic products. So being climate neutral also means not spraying pesticides. People very often don't realize that pesticides end up in our water. The water has to be filtered and cleaned again, which costs tremendous energy. So for a lot of reasons, organic is the starting point. Then you start to look at the transports in the chain and the cooling of concentrates that we have. And we are working without an exception in that whole supply chain with parties that are climate neutral, are using the state-of-the-art, basically energy-saving methods. At the end of the day, it's almost impossible to be completely climate neutral. So what we do for that last part where we can't, we compensate our CO2 with a wonderful project that we have been working on for a long time with an NGO from the Netherlands, and that's on the island of Sumba in Indonesia. We compensate our CO2, and we hope with this compensation that Sumba will be an example island to the world, and they're aiming to be climate neutral in 2-3 years. So next to the climate neutrality, we're also working at great length of being water neutral. And a lot of people know that in a lot of industries, and especially textiles, but also in the food industry, there's a lot of water consumption in the production process. I think only a bottle often takes 4 to 5 liters. Rinsing the bottle in the production process, it's about 10 liters for making one bottle or one can. So what we are trying to do is take inventory and be very conscious of our water usage in our production environment, and try to compensate that with water somewhere else around the world. So I think it's especially this attitude, and I don't want to go into too much that, but by being conscious about your energy and your water consumption, and by consciously compromising it at some other stage, that basically means you're putting the costs on your balance sheet, and from a business point of view, you're going to try and reduce those costs. So it's a double-edged sword. We very much believe in that business model, and we think it's going to be important also for other businesses. So we like to give set the standards. We'd like to give an example to others and set the standards for the industry.
Okay, great. We have a lot of mom ambassadors wondering if you were planning on branching out in any other ventures. We actually have a lot of mom ambassadors wondering if you had any thoughts of starting a juice line in addition to the soda line.
It all comes down to the section on the market, and at the moment the soda market in the US is the largest market in the world. And American citizens, American consumers are the largest soda drinkers in the world. So I believe that there's not so much to be gained in respect or in relation to the sodas from a health point of view. I think, you can make a juice organic. Still, there will be a lot of sugar inside. I think what we see today with sodas is that sodas have not really progressed, have not really been developed over the last 20, 30 years. This is an issue that I would like to touch upon a little bit more, which is the diet soda perspective. The mainstream soda producers have always thought that was the holy grail. Most research over the last 5 years has indicated that diet sodas, even if they're not artificial sweeteners, but if they're have 0 calorie inside, still triggers insulin, and still your body starts for a craving for sugar. So that's why we have very consciously chosen for low calorie, specifically low glycemic load solution. And this is something that's difficult to achieve with juices. So the answer is one, the consumption of juices is still a lot less than the consumption of sodas. And I think with sodas, we have developed a solution, a treat, what a soda essentially is, can be consumed without guilt. And from a health perspective, I think we've shown that all the major health, negative health effects can be taken away. So it's a different argument. I can see us doing more with juice because essentially all our drinks are made from juices. But I think there's still enough of a challenge in getting this distributed and getting this wonderful drink and this brand noticed by the consumer. And as I said earlier, we've got wonderful flavors ahead and in development, and we're very keen to introduce those to the market as well. So that will be definitely our first step.
Okay, great. We're actually getting a lot of questions coming in about the taste of the soda and how some other sodas can have kind of a weird aftertaste, especially diet sodas. So could you speak to that a little bit on what the taste is like?
Yes, we a lot, actually without an exception, all our development in our drinks, we've used, and we are still working from very strong academic fundamentals and academic research. As I mentioned earlier, the diet soda for us has never been the solution. We've always looked for a low-calorie, low-glycemic load solution, and that is always automatically gives you that little bit of sugar what is required, because insulin is always triggered in your mouth when you taste something sweet, in combination with a strong sweetener that doesn't have an aftertaste. And I think that's the problem even with artificial sweeteners. It has an aftertaste and a different taste to normal sugar. So first of all, we don't use high fructose corn syrup, which has a very high glycemic index. We use cane sugar, and besides cane sugar, we use stevia. One of the things that we've worked very hard on for a very long period of time is to get the aftertaste out of the stevia. So I think, yes, there's a little, very minute feel of stevia, but it's not unpleasant, and it's not comparable to any other drink in the market that is sweetened with stevia. So it's part of our taste development that we've done over the years, that we have been able to use stevia and a special version of stevia that doesn't give that aftertaste. And I think it's important. I think the aftertaste people experience as something unpleasant, and I think you'll see that if you taste our drinks, that is a world apart from all the other drinks that are flavored with stevia. And it's something that yeah, I think you will appreciate on flavor, and you won't really taste stevia at all.
Okay, great. Thanks for telling us about that. We have a mom ambassador wondering if the ingredients and overall if the soda is safe for pregnant moms.
Yes, although I'm not a doctor, and we have to be careful by saying things like this, we cannot imagine any ingredient in our soda that would be bad for pregnant mothers. As a matter of fact, as as I just told you earlier, we've developed it for our own families as a safe drink. I think everybody who's looked at our drinks gives us their thumbs up on the ingredients and on the health effects of our drinks. So the answer is I cannot imagine a reason why you shouldn't. It's with it, as it has to be said with all treats, you have to drink it in moderation. I don't think it's a good idea to drink 5 liters of this a day. It can be drunk as in normal quantities.
Okay, great. And do you know what the shelf life of Veri Soda is?
Oh yes, it's more than 2 years. I think that's one of the things that we are very proud of this development that we took for 4 or 5 years. That it stays stable and there's no flavor effects in 2 years. So it's like we always say with wine and other products, it's naturally stable, and it's the combination of the natural ingredients that makes it basically a beautiful and especially tasteful drink.
Okay, great. We have a question from a mom ambassador wondering what the cost of Veri Soda is and if she'll possibly see coupons in her local ads.
Yeah, so it depends where it's sold and if it's on discount, but it's usually sold between $1 and $1.25. It's often sold in a 4-pack for $5. But again, it depends if it's on sale and where it's sold.
Okay, great. So we just have a few more questions here for today. We have a mom ambassador. I'm wondering, I think she missed this part, if you could just go into detail again on the low glycemic load and what exactly that means.
No, pleasure. I think again, the 2 dimensions in our drink. It's very clearly stated on the can as well. It's the organic and the low calorie side. Low calorie for us means no artificial ingredients. So we're happy that there are no side effects. And the low calorie is the other dimension, that we believe that sugars in itself not necessarily are a bad thing. I think what we find today is that over the last decades we have been forced to overconsume sugar, and sodas have become the forefront of the sugar debate because they're so full of sugar. So with our sodas, we've managed to pull 70 often more percent of the sugars out, and we've arrived at a low calorie, but what I think more important, a low glycemic load point. So why low glycemic load? Low glycemic load, we've done live tests with hundreds of people with our sodas. It basically means that when you drink our soda, you do not get spikes in your blood sugar level. And this is important from 2 points of view. One, people that already have diabetes can safely drink this drink, so that basically is, I think, a very strong proof that there's not too much sugar in our drink. And secondly, and probably more importantly, with the epidemic rise in type 2 diabetes, especially amongst younger children, it doesn't cause any spikes in your blood sugar. So it's also from a preventive point of view, it's better to drink something that is low glycemic, because apparently, according to the academic research, which confirms this again and again, the more spikes in your blood sugar that you have during the day by eating a lot of sugars, that is actually stimulating diabetes type 2. So I think that is for us the bottom line. Sugar in itself is not bad, everything in moderation, and this drink is just typified by a low glycemic load effect, so not causing the spikes in your blood sugar. You notice it as well when you drink it during the day. Traditionally, with a full sugar soda, you get a fantastic sugar high very quickly, and then often 45 minutes afterwards you get a tremendous dip. This is not the case with our drinks.
Okay, great. And we have one last question here today. A lot of mom ambassadors are wondering what the most popular flavor sold is.
Yes, this question, of course, is asked all the time. It's actually the numbers are the same as with any other drink. So the cola is still very strong. I think 60% of all the soft drinks consumed in the US are cola flavored. So the cola is very strong. People love the orange. We've got oranges from Mexico, from Turkey, and mandarins from France. Lemons come from Sicily. So people like the fruity flavor of it, and I think what you find as well is that again, it's like good wine. Once you get used to good wine, it's the same here. You get used to good flavors of high quality ingredients, and you get stuck to it. So I think our cola is popular. It has wonderful cinnamon from Nepal. From Sri Lanka. We've worked very hard at that, finding those ingredients. So I think you recognize it when you taste it. But on the other hand, people are raving about our ginger ale. That comes from Nepal, the ginger. We've looked at a dozen countries with different types of ginger, and we've settled with this type of ginger because we think it feels, tastes great in combination with the drink that we've developed. So I think every drink has its own flavor profile. We've not taken any compromise on going as far as we can with the flavors. You'll find that our drinks are less sweet in experience. That we've developed very, very consciously. It's developed for people who don't have a sweet tooth. I think the majority of the people are used to very high sugar diets and have developed a very strong sweet tooth. These drinks are not developed for people with sweet tooth, so they're less sweet. I think they're more pleasant and less strongly carbonated. They're naturally carbonated, as we call it. It's not like champagne, but it's a little bit more, but it's very refined, it's very gentle. I think this enhances the flavor experience and the taste experience. So I would encourage everybody to taste the different drinks and see which ones are favorite. I think they're close to the mainstream flavors, but yeah, these are really the high quality ingredient versions, and I think you'll learn to love them because they're fabulous.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Leonard. That was such a great presentation, and thanks for answering everyone's questions. Do you have any closing thoughts before we wrap up?
No, I think what my business partner and I, we love food and everything which has to do with food and the origination of food. Food is great fun. Food is great fun for your families. If you know where it comes from, the sourcing, preparing the food, consuming the food with your families, it's for us the most important thing in life. This is what has driven us to develop these drinks. Again, we are still positively obsessed with these, and we will continue. And I hope some of that passion and that positive obsession and this love for food will translate to you. And I hope you enjoy the products as much as we do.
Okay, great. Well, everyone attending, thanks again for your time, and to the mom ambassadors who will be sampling Veri Soda. We're really looking forward to your feedback. We're going to go ahead and log off now. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.